So when it comes to being in a classic rock cover band, this 3-chord song is not only a crowd pleaser, but is a lot of fun to play. In this lesson, we are not getting into the actual solo parts of the song. Instead, I want to give you some tools that will help you when improvising over this killer chord progression. We're going to look at a few different scale options, and each one has its own sound and feel. So grab your guitar and let's get into it. So first of all, let's answer the question, what key is this song in? So it starts on the D major chord, goes to the C major chord, to the G major chord, and back to the D major chord. So everything pretty much resolves to the D every time. However, if you look on this chart that I want to show you, not to go into a whole lot of music theory, but basically in the key of G major chord is your 1, C major chord is your 4, and the D major chord is your 5. So if you have the G major, C major, and D major, then the song is technically going to be in the key of G major. So this song is actually in the key of G major, but it starts on the 5 chord, then it goes to the 4, then it goes to the 1. So the chord progression is 5, 4, 1, back to 5 at the key of G major. So because this song starts on the 5 chord of the key of G major, you can count the notes of the G major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's your 5, which is your D major. If you play up here, this D major, then you could start on this note, and then you could do this scale pattern, which is the Mixolydian mode. So this is the D Mixolydian mode, but it's a part of the G major scale. That mode looks like this. So when we are improvising over this chord progression, the first scale we're going to look at is the D Major Pentatonic scale. So we're going to start with this note right here on the 6th string. We're going to go 5, 7, and then 5 on the 5th string, which is your D note. So it's going to look like this. Now we're going to slide up from the 7th fret to the 9th fret. We're going to hit the 7th fret here, 9th fret here, and then we're going to go back to this note here, which is our D note. So we can play this basic pattern and throw in a couple of licks. Okay, next we're going to shift gears a little bit and we're going to go into the D Minor Pentatonic scale. But now we're going to use the D Minor Pentatonic scale and add the blues note. And we're also going to throw in the major third, starting with the D note here on the 10th fret. Now we're going to throw in the blues note, which is the flat 5, which is here and here, so it looks like this. So this scale does work with this chord progression, but you got to be careful with following the chords and make sure you land on the correct notes. So you can never go wrong landing on the D when you're on the D chord, or landing on the C note when you're on the C chord, G note when you're on the G chord. So there's your D right there, there's your C, there's your G, and then back to your D. So you can play something like this. Now you can add your major third. There's your major third right there. So I've got one more scale to show you playing over this chord progression. So now we want to use the G major scale and the D Mixolydian Mode and the other modes of the G major scale. We're going to be using all of these notes. But again, we're starting with D. So once again, here is our D Mixolydian Mode, all a part of the G major scale. That's going from this D to this D. If we keep walking up the scale, it goes like this. And there's your G note right there. So now let's combine those three scales that we've learned. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I had a blast making this video and jamming over this backing track. This track is from the T Guitar YouTube channel. See links in the description for this track and the channel, which has some great tracks that you can use to practice improvising. There are 5 modes of the major scale that I like to use when improvising. If you want to see a video that breaks down those 5 modes and more, then click the video on your screen or the one I'll link below. Keep rocking, and I'll see you in the next one.